Wow. I mean, where do you even start for that game? Oh my God. Up the fucking Villa. I mean, Brighton 3, Aston Villa 4. Aston Villa move up now to third in the Premier League. What is it? 8 wins in 9 in the Premier League now? What's that? 12 in 14 wins in total. We're 1 point off City this far into the season. We're looking up at Arsenal. Potential. We're playing top of the league on Saturday. A team that we have beaten at home multiple times, have given so much problems to, and if we win, we go 3 points off top of the league. I mean, this team, I am absolutely in love with them. I am in love with this football team. I'm so in love. Romeo would look at Juliet and think, I don't love her as much as Frankie Maguire loves Aston Villa Football Club, and particularly as much as he loves Unai Emery and every single player in this squad. Because, the Villa of old that we've known, I mean, how often do we say this, the Villa of old, until Professor Unai arrived, like a goddamn, Moses in the wilderness or whatever. The Villa of old go 2-0 down away at home with, various misfortunes visiting us. And, do we fight back? No. Fundamentally, no. The Villa teams that I've known throughout most of my life don't tend to fight back from misfortune early in games away from home. Today, we've gone to Brighton, who are one of the most informed teams in the league. Brighton who haven't lost at home since Aston Villa beat them 3-0 all the way back in April. And Villa go 2-0 down. And the first one is a complete, how often does it happen that referees, it just feels like we just don't get decisions quite go our way, do they? Like things just go against us. And, it wasn't a corner. From there, they then go and score an absolute, it feels like a debacle of a goal. And then, Bezo, I felt sorry for Bezo at the very start because, Emi Martinez, I don't know how many times this is now he's done this, where he's, felt something in the warm-up or he's at half-time, he's come off. But for Bezo, he hasn't had time to prepare. He's just thrown in like that. He's not got loads of Premier League experience. So to come in and, make the mistake he made at the very beginning, you're thinking, right, well, how's he going to react to this? I tell you what, that save he made from Danny Welbeck right at the end, there you go. There you go. That's why he is such a step up as a second goalkeeper for us, because we have a goalkeeper who can do that. And he more than made up for that early mistake with that incredible save off Welbeck at the end. But yes, it was the looks against you at the start, and then the second goal. Again, I think it was Brighton's one really good move of the first half. To be honest, I didn't think they were that great. I thought 2-0 was really flattering to them. But look, Hinshelwood gets in behind. It's a good 1-2. I don't know who it should have picked him up. I don't know whether Konsa should have followed him and not got too tight to the pound of the ball, whether Cash should have followed him. Whichever one it was, look, they got through, and then fortuitous deflection off Ollie Watkins. Off Pau Torres. So 2-0. And again, for Aston Villa to be 2-0 down like that, I was raging. And because it felt like this was a game where Villa shouldn't be 2-0 down. There's no reason for this to be happening. It is literally just misfortune and a moment of incredible luck for Brighton. So for Villa then to just immediately fight back in that first half and get it to 2-2, unbelievable stuff. And, it just felt like Villa rose. It felt like they themselves were, let's face it, pissed off, and reflected how their own manager felt, as you could see the way he was expressing himself on the sideline. And from there, Aston Villa I thought, rose into the game. I think first half, look, Brighton have, I think there's a lot about Brighton. I never quite know what it is that everybody else seems to see that's so brilliant. I tend to think that a lot of it for years has been really quick, sharp, nice passing that just seems a bit like inertia. I don't really know what it is that makes it so special. If there's Brighton fans watching, I don't mean that as an insult or anything, but I just don't quite, I've never quite got it. But there were one or two really nice moves between Brighton going forward, but there wasn't anything that I thought was better than Aston Villa, really. I thought Baleba was fantastic. I know he started the season really badly. I know he probably wasn't happy about not moving to Manchester United in the summer, but, I think in this game, well, his form's well back, isn't it? He was good against Forest. He was fantastic tonight. He was pretty much everywhere. But Aston Villa didn't let any of that bother them. They came back. And what do you know? Pau Torres, how important is Pau Torres to this team? I'm telling you, he's player of the season so far. He is. Because since he came back into the team against Fulham when we won 3-1, what happened? Villa just win all the time. We are a team transformed because we can play out from the back so much better. So much better. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a player. So first goal, he gets forward, gets towards the area, gets it to Maatsen. Maatsen as well, gets to the byline, smacks it across. And finally, the Rock, Ollie Watkins, has come back to goal scoring, to lay the smack down. Ollie Watkins, he always scores against Brighton and Arsenal. Well, he looked at this week and thought, well, if I ain't scoring this week, I ain't ever scoring. And it's nice to know that he's gone and got those goals because do you know what the best thing was about it? Not only does he get 2 goals, including a second one that was exceptional, he was also getting to positions to get chances, and he was also looking sharp because as soon as he got those goals, what happened? The confidence that he's been Space Jam. Do you know the movie Space Jam, right? When they steal all the talents, some alien came down from the bloody Andromeda galaxy and took Ollie Watkins' skills and confidence, and it just left him bereft. But now, in this game today, when he got that goal, the confidence was there. He was sharp on the ball. He wasn't dithering. He wasn't letting it bounce off him. He was running full pelt for things, feeling confident that he's going to get to it. Absolutely fantastic. And then that second goal, look, I think it would have been a penalty because it blatantly was a handball from the Brighton player from the corner. I think Gesson was coming in to head it in, and that handball is what blocks it. If they hadn't have given it, well, then yet another ridiculous decision that goes against Villa. Seemingly so many of them do. But then great ball forward from Morgan Rogers. He did exactly the same thing last season at Brighton, if you remember. And I think we were doing this to Brighton quite a lot tonight. I think it's something we've done to Brighton a lot in the years, even before the Unai Emery years. You remember Ollie Watkins scored a goal there many years ago? I think in I want to say Dean Smith era. Just a long ball over the top, runs from the halfway line, one-on-one goal. And again, the same last season, Morgan Rogers, long ball over the top from deep. Rashford through one-on-one scores. And tonight, again, great long ball forward. And Ollie Watkins, 3 big hench, Uruk high from fucking Mordor chasing him. For some reason, they're all on holiday in Brighton. Quite why they're there, I don't know. But they've all decided to get their passports from Mordor and chase Ollie Watkins. And does it bother him? No. And what a finish that is. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Now, look, Ollie Watkins, I mean, look, I've been president of his fan club for the last, 4,000 years. But it cannot go without reason that, quite frankly, he has not been good enough this season. Now, it's come out that, Jacob Tanswell's article and John Townley as well, both of them revealed that Ollie's been playing with a knee injury for a year. So we have got to put that into perspective and say, this has got to have been in his head and affecting how he's playing. Tonight, now, but one thing that, I said a couple of weeks ago was Watkins has still been getting into positions to score. He's just not doing it. He's just having bad touches. He's not connecting with the ball in the way he should do. A confident Ollie Watkins would do. Tonight, he connected with the ball in the way a confident Ollie Watkins would. And he got into positions multiple times to score goals. He could have had 3 or 4 tonight. To get 2 is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it was his work he did off the ball, his running the channels, his hold-up play, his connecting. To see that back in that man, to see him fired up again. Arsenal... Right, I live near the Arsenal stadium right here. I can hear them. I can smell them from here. That's how scared they are of what Ollie Watkins might do to them this weekend, because he always does it to them. I can smell them from here. So yeah, what a fight back that was from Aston Villa. This is a team that is made of stern stuff. And Unai Emery's celebration at the end of that half, and Jacob Tanswell reported it as well from the stadium, said... that Unai Emery turned around and sort of almost Churchillian screamed at the bench, "We can win this. Look at this. Look at this." Right? And there you go. There you go. You just believe like that. We are good and we are better than these teams. We're better than almost everyone we ever play. And it's about time we start having that arrogance about us. And tonight, and to be honest, in this incredible winning streak we're in, it's been something else. I mean, we look like an arrogant team, and that's what we should be. And a team that, tonight was an. I know I make this comparison a lot, right? And that people are going to this might as well be a drinking game here, and you'll all get pissed and bloody go, probably not wake up tomorrow, calling sick to work. But that tonight is what Alex Ferguson's Manchester United used to do. They go 2 down, they go 1 down, but never, ever, ever did you count them out, as Aston Villa found out multiple times. Ever. And that's what Aston Villa were tonight, with a manager on the sidelines who knew we were better than what we were showing. And the second half, we came out with real purpose, sharpness. There was none of that casualness, none of that feeling of like just drifting through it, and we're gonna walk our way and ease our way through this. Feck that. No way. Gonna just be sharp, be harder, faster, take some of that Belaber energy and throw it on him and see how he likes it. And so I think from second half, it just felt to me like Villa were in the continuous ascendancy. I'm seeing comments coming through. I will get to those in a second. I'm also seeing Sunderland are beating Liverpool, and Leeds are now 3-1 up against Chelsea. I mean, this is coming up Millhouse. This is coming up Millhouse tonight, folks. Folks, I tell you, no word of a lie. This is beat Arsenal this weekend. Tell you what, dare we to dream. But that second half was absolutely phenomenal from Villa, I thought. And it just felt like it was a matter of time before we were going to get a goal. And then it came from Amadou Onana. Header at the back post, Matty Cash corner in. Another set-piece goal for the mighty Villa. And what do you notice about our goals tonight? All in the box. Shows we don't just have to do it from 50 yards away. We can do it close up as well. And to have a striker scoring 2 goals as well, it's key. Because if we're going to score in the area, we need our striker on form. And then from there, Daniel Marlin comes on. Yeah, again, I think it was it another set piece? Can't quite remember how that all came about. But Daniel Marlin comes on for 10 seconds, goal. Yet again. And how sharp did he look? His arms all over the defenders. He's elbowing them. He's backing into them. They're getting pissed off with him. They're kicking him, hitting him. Brilliant. This is a team that pisses off other teams. I'm sorry, I'm just buzzing, man. We're playing like a team we're not a team who, in my entire life, have ever done this. We're witnessing history here, folks. We're just different, man. We're different. We're winners. Villa have never been this. We are winners. And I cannot express enough how important that Champions League experience was last season. 2 massive, massive things under Unai Emery, right? One was that race for top 4 in his first full season, and not just being in that race, but winning that race, getting into the top 4. That was absolutely crucial, right? Because how many teams have failed in the past to do it? But we did it, right? And it means that we now have a belief within this core group that thinks we belong there. Then they go into the Champions League, they get to the quarterfinals, they beat the best team in one of the best teams of all time, quite frankly, in PSG, beat them, come within a whisker of knocking them out. They beat Bayern Munich at home. They've played some of the top teams and beaten them. I mean, what have we got to fear? We've beaten all the top sides in the Premier League. Every single one of them. Like, what is there to fear? And this core group, I've said it a couple of times now, but in the summer, look, it was a terrible summer because of the restrictions placed upon us largely by UEFA, right? And really, really hard to deal with it. And there was a hangover at the start of the season from it. There really was. But what it has done in turn means that we didn't really have to break up a core group of players who have, quite frankly, been there and done it a number of times now. And then, you've got a player like Buendia coming back, essentially, really, as a new signing, and Marlon stepping up kind of like a new signing as well. So it's sort of worked out for us, really. Look, and then obviously, Villa, look, it's a good goal from Van Hecke, really good goal. But from there, how many teams hold out from there, right? 4-3, and there's 10 minutes left. How many teams hold out? Aston Villa do hold out. You know, there's been a couple of games this season where it's been tight, like Leeds away, Wolves at home, even Man City at home. A fair few games where Villa have had to hold to slender leads for like 15, 20 minutes. And Villa this time last season didn't hold on to them leads. The Villa of this season are doing it. There's a nous about this team, right? A nous about them. And to see Lamar Bogard come on again like a new signing, I thought he was fantastic, Bogard, when he came on. He was all over the place. He was on the Brighton players. He was winning tackles. And then when he got the ball, he did the right thing with it. His glow up this season. Call him Lamine, like Lamine Yamal. For God's sake, he's that good. He's absolutely brilliant player, Bogard. Kamara, Anana, centrally, fantastic. I thought Rodgers as well. He was doubled up on all game, but Rodgers looked really sharp again. You know, he got that fantastic assist for the second goal. Gesson first half, you could see why Unai Emery was screaming at him, because the thing with Gesson first half just wasn't involved. And I think the thing with Gesson as well, he has a very laconic style, doesn't he? He looks like he's kind of floating rather than sprinting. And there's been one or two moments this season where he could have done better in those situations, like, say, Liverpool, when Rodgers put him through for a great ball, and he was just slow, did nothing with it, and lost it. And there were one or two occasions he did that again tonight. But second half, I think that was a lot closer to what we might be seeing from Bogard in future. There was moments we haven't seen from him this season, quite frankly. Moments where he beat a couple of men. Moments where he, won tackles. He's been good at that all season, really. But good, good link-up play, dragging it forward. Almost got an assist that was well cleared by the Brighton player that was going across potentially for Watkins. He was in areas where he might have got a goal. I thought there were hints tonight from Gesson that was like, okay, first half you were really, really annoying me and particularly Unai Emery. Second half, there's a reason you stayed on for as long as you did, because you were doing a lot of the right things and showing hints, a lot more hints finally, of what might be to come from you. So I actually think that's quite exciting stuff from Gesson in the second half at least. But then for Villa to hold out and for Marco Bizzo, wow, to make that humongous save. To think how many people, they make that mistake right at the start. They're unsettled when they're constantly getting chased down because they've got the ball at their feet. How many would just, go within themselves and not be capable of, fighting back? Gesson, Bizzo, again, has caught the Villa bug, the mentality monsters that we are, right? Mentality monsters. That was an absolutely incredible save. Incredible save. Just going to take a quick look at the league table. So, indeed, look at that. Look at that. Aston Villa in third place, 27 points, one off City on 28. And City, you could argue, very, very fortunate to get the results against Leeds and Fulham in the last week. Though they'd argue we were fortunate tonight, but I don't think we were. I do think we were the better team. I think 3 goals flat as Brighton, to be honest. Sunderland, they're up there still. It's winning at Liverpool. I mean, to me, I think I'd rather Liverpool were where they are. They're on 21 points. Villa now 6 points clear of them. With 6 points clear of Man United, who play West Ham at home tomorrow. I am quite concerned United are going to be pushing for the top 5 this season. I think that Villa United game on December 20th or 21st, whenever it is going to be really, really big. Look at Tottenham and Newcastle. Both down on 19. That I was jumping around the room when Romero scored that bicycle kick last night. Jumping around the room because it was just crucial to keep them teams behind us. We're 8 clear of them both. I mean, how can top 4 not be on this season? Chelsea, they're currently losing 3-1 at Leeds. They're now 3 points behind us. We got them at the end of this. I mean, Chelsea are capable of weird results like this. And they're missing, Caicedo now for this game and for the next 2. I mean, come on. We've got to believe that we can get, anything this season. Europa League, all of it. We'll do the lot. League-wise, Arsenal and Aston Villa this weekend is one of the strongest games in world football right now. That says everything about where Aston Villa are right now, right? Everybody's raving about Arsenal after beating Bayern Munich. I mean, we know how to get the job done. We've done that before. But the fact that we've kept on going, just kept on fighting, and now have Arsenal this weekend. The quality of that game is going to be something pretty serious, I think. If I'm to think about the game, what might slightly concern me, I guess tiredness. Villa have played a game extra within 9 days. Arsenal played Bayern a day before we did. Arsenal played Brentford at home tonight. It's probably an easier task than playing Brighton away, who were massively in form and having to fight back like we did. So I'd say maybe that last 20 minutes against Arsenal could be a tough workout. But, particularly if they're putting lots of pressure on. But look, Aston Villa are such a strong team at home. We're a brilliant football team. Got to believe we can do this. Got to believe it. Right, I'm going to go to a few of the comments. Get the chuff in, Frankie. Absolutely, Flange. Absolutely. Crazy game, no control. It was all over the place. Yeah, I thought they were both making a lot of the same mistakes in the first half, both sides. I personally felt Villa. This might sound biased. Okay, this will sound biased. I still thought, even at 2-0 down, Villa had looked the better team for the most part. It's just two incredible strokes of fortune somehow put them 2-0 up. I always believe, look, Villa can fight back like we can, and then lo and behold, we're going to do it. James Wood, Frankie, UTV, mate. Rachel, Interlude, good to see you, Frankie. We don't do it by half, do we? Absolutely not. Blackens, really good to see you, mate. Good evening, all UTV. Great result. First time defeat for Brighton. Yeah. First time they've lost at home all season. First time they've lost at home since Villa dunked them 3-0. We like going there, generally. We like playing them. They're just a team we like to play against. John M9, yes, UTV from Malloy's Pub in Torquay. Love to hear that. Malloy's Pub in Torquay sounds like an Irish pub, or we all like Irish pubs. Even all. Richard Grosvenor, we are in the title conversation. Well, with all the wins in a row we've got right now, with the strength and depth in our squad, the belief in this squad, there's no reason to believe we shouldn't really just look. All we have to do is keep looking at that top of the league and just think that's our target. We just keep going for them. Forget about the teams around us. Just look at who's at the top and go, that's what we're aiming for. Tonight was just such a crucial win. It really was. Brighton away is such a hard game this season. And you've got Arsenal at home. You've got Arsenal away at the end of this month. You've got Chelsea away at the end of this month. You've got Man United at home. You've got West Ham away. These are hard games. So to just give ourselves that buffer and to keep, if there is a slip up at some point this month, that it's not the end of the world. It's great. It's great stuff. And just keeps that momentum going. What's come back? That was like 10 games in one. Yeah, it felt like it. Absolutely. Jason, this is what happens when we play on the front foot. No more sitting back, please. Yeah, when we go for it, we tend to win. And when we sit back, quite often we don't get the results. Man City away last season, Man United away last season, sat back and we lost both. PSG at home went for it, won on the night. Rob Hatton, that save from Bees at the end, it was absolutely unbelievable, wasn't it? It was just absolutely unbelievable. Poor officiating, but hey ho, we won. Yeah, didn't think it was the best. David Fawkes, good to see you, David. They looked there for the taking, and we cocked up twice. Emmy saving himself for Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, look, he's it'd be good. I mean, look, you can see every time Emmy's not there, you can see he's not there, can't you? It's just his sheer presence. You miss it. You miss it. Robert Best, Watkins too awesome. Absolutely, bestie. Absolutely. Best by name, best by nature. Absolutely. James, with all the refs are poor for us, never get the fouls the team gets. Yeah, I think we're a team that gets heavily fouled because I think it's the only way you can stop Aston Villa, to be honest. And refs in this league seem to let lots of fouls go. Lots of players can make 3 or 4 fouls, don't get booked. I think we're a team that, have to deal with that, and we're doing it. We're doing it at the moment. Black Country really can't wait for us to hit top gear. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, Aston Villa in the second half of seasons, we really do motor under Unai Emery by and large. And, if this is our form right now, just If we can keep that going through the second half of the season, now that Ollie Watkins is getting goals, and if Ollie Watkins can rise after tonight and get more goals and suddenly find that burst of form that he's needed, bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. My one thing is Powell doesn't get injured. I think it's really, really important Powell doesn't get injured. We stood up fantastic tonight. Absolutely. Onana chipping in for us too. Ollie looked much more confident, ready for Saturday. Yep, Onana from last season massively stepped up. Bogard has massively stepped up. Daniel Marlin's hugely stepped up. And they essentially, I know it's a bit of a cliche, but they are kind of acting as three new signings, really. Please like, please subscribe. Subscribe if you love the Mighty Villa. Subscribe on YouTube or Spotify or wherever. If you, can't stand the Blues, all that, but I'm delighted that Aston Villa are in this title hunt. Was good to see Ollie put his body on the line for the first goal. Yeah, he really threw himself in. And to be honest, it felt like Ollie and Gesson, I think, touched it at the same time. So is there any way we can give the goal to both of them, please? Repeat, good fight with the Villa boys tonight. Absolutely. It was Tyson Fury getting knocked out by, what was his name? Completely forgotten the lad's name. Whatever his name, the bronze bomber was his name, wasn't it? Oh my God, I completely forgotten his name. But yeah, Fury got up and it was like that. It was the Undertaker rising from a Stone Cold Stunner. Unai was great tonight. Yeah, amazing manager. And you can see in his body language, you can see how visceral he is in how he shouts and gets into it. You can really see that he believes like this team. There's no reason for this team to be resting on its laurels. There's no reason for this team not to be getting results or to believe they can win things. He wants Champions League. He wants it because, do you know why? It's the one trophy he's not won that I think he really wants to win, and I think he believes his team can win it. The amount of people who gave me shit online when I said if Villa had got past PSG, we could have won it last season. Largely Birmingham City deluded fools. I think one of them said something like, "I've never seen such shit spoken in my life." Well, I tell you what, they are the world experts in looking and knowing what shit is. So yeah, they watched the Blues for the last 30 years of his life. So I guess I have to take that as read, right? But no, yeah. Look, Aston Villa, anything's possible. Anything's possible. We've got the infrastructure, we're well run behind the scenes. We've got the owners who are so ambitious. The coaches, the players. If we could just get Champions League again this season, it would be massive. Repeat, with the results on other stadiums, the league table is going to be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Second half says Henry Marnell. Second half was the best we've played this season. Fans absolutely immense tonight as well. Incredible game. Yeah, I haven't mentioned even the fans actually tonight. We absolutely dominated that tonight as a fan base. Like just watching it on TV, the noise level from Villa fans was just absolutely outstanding. It was outstanding. Sang them out the stadium. Brilliant. The only team we got our sights on are Arsenal. That's what I like to hear, mate. Jack Benson, if teams flood their box, we can score outside. If they don't, we score inside. Yeah, and that's been a problem for us, and we seem to have fixed that now. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. David Starr, so happy to see Watkins scoring tonight. Perfect timing for the massive game with the Gooners. Real confidence boost performance. Absolutely. I think as well, because it's a great game in which it's a game in which we've shown we can fight back as well. We've not really had to do that too often this season. Yeah, we had to do it in Leeds away, but not too often. Usually we tend to take a lead, but this... Just to do this 2-0 down and come back like we did, that's just what it does for them confidence wise. It's brilliant. Tim Roberts, Frankie, there is real belief in this team. Lose our goalie, go 2-0 down, no problem. We win and we will get better. Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan Janaman, good to see you again, mate. Good evening, Frankie. We're just finding a way. I think we have more gears to go through too. If we beat Arsenal, we're in a title race. Yeah, we are. We are in a title race because you're in December, 15 games into the season, and we beat Arsenal, go 3 points off them. Aston Villa are in a title race. We really are. So many great performances, but it's massive that Ollie scored, says David Starr. Just the tonic we need for Arsenal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Standing on the wood, hit the like. Absolutely. Yes, mate. Please do hit those likes. Please do hit those likes. Please subscribe. Can't express enough to you how important that is for us, for this podcast to keep on growing. Presline, Omar, good to see you, mate. Unbelievable win. Yes, mate. Absolutely unbelievable. What a team. What a team. Right, I'm going to have to head off now because it's quite late and I'm going to have to... Slither Dalgard, Birmingham City fans, you watching from your chimneys? Yeah, absolutely. Duncan Kilburn, a very good day for Villa results-wise today. Absolutely, yeah. Really good. Last night didn't really go in our favour, but I think tonight did. It's looking good. Hopefully Liverpool don't get a late winner over Sunderland. It's currently in the 94th minute there. So there's still a minute or two to go there, but hopefully Sunderland can hold on. Shaking like a shell mine, says Audi Bay. I like that. Audi Bay, nice. Carlin Cuz, wait till we play on all cylinders, no stopping us. Yes, mate. Absolutely. Watkins will net against Arsenal, says Kevin Jeans. Why not? Why not? Always does, doesn't he? And Matt UK 94. Imagine if we won 2 of the first 5 games. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I mean, if we started this season as well as we've done since the bad run start. Wow. The Villa boy 1874. Maatson has been our secret weapon, one of our most creative and efficient players. Keep up the good work. Thank you, mate. Yeah, he's been really, really important for us. Really important for us in the sense of squad depth. So it just means that Luca Dean can get a rest. But when Maatson comes in, he just offers us a bit more of an attacking fulcrum. He gets that final third a little bit more effectively than Luca Dean does. I think Dean's a better defender, but Maatson, he's quick. He's quick in the tackle. He gets to players in ways that Dean doesn't, and he gets that final third. And we saw it tonight. Maatson gets the final third, ball across, Ollie Watkins goal. What more can you ask for there, really? Look, I'm going to call it a day there. Thank you so much, everyone. A lot of people watched tonight. Thank you so much. Brighton 3, Aston Villa 4. I mean, if the pubs were open, still an hour to go yet, I'd go down and buy a round for everyone, even if they didn't want one. They're a bunch of Arsenal fans, are they? A bunch of Chelsea fans crying into their bloody, I don't know, gin and tonics. Well, I'll go and buy them another one and then pour it over their heads to laugh or I don't know. I'm losing it here. I need to stop and I'm losing myself. Unlike Aston Villa, who keep their heads when people like me are losing it. We're in the golden days, folks. Andrew Bernard, who went to Cornell University in the US office, said, I wish there was a way, before you leave the golden days, I wish there was a way someone would tell you you're actually in them. Well, I'm telling you, we're in them. What a time to be a Villa fan. So much good is coming. I believe the best is yet to come. I really, really believe it. I really believe it. What a team. I love these guys. I love everyone who chatted. Thank you. What a community. Every time I go to Villa Park, people come up and chat. It's just brilliant. Honestly, I just buzzing, man, buzzing. Anyway, look, I'll shut up now. What a team. What a club. Thank you, Ollie Watkins. Up the mighty Villa.